to participate in this program, it would have benefited you a lot. Seriously, it would have benefited you a lot if you can come up and decide to like learn what we are having. So I'm projecting to build a software like this. I want to see the software. I want to see this software now. So I want to build a software like this and different other ones. So with that, we will start that with Python programming. So that's what we want to use. I want to open this picture now so that we can see it. This is the open. Okay. Yeah, so here comes the picture. This is what I want to build. I want you to build something like this, something similar to this. Okay? Something similar to this. You can build a whole lot of things with this. Don't forget that for you to become a full stack programmer, you need to be able to build from scratch, build the back end, the front end, and the database. Okay? So this week, or for these few months, we want to see how we can develop a program of our own, become a master of back-end engineer. Your software engineer competency start from here. You have a self-paced learning and you just a token amount of money. You can enroll and get yourself taught, okay? Or you can decide to like, let's say, let me watch from there. Okay, let's get started. Now we know all about Python. In the Python programming language, we have a whole lot. Let's start from projecting, or let's start programming with a Python. The very first thing for you to do is for you to get Python software installed. Get a Python software installed in your system. Then you may decide your edition. I think the latest edition now is 3.11. 3.11 is the latest edition now. So you can decide your own edition, as in your own version of Python. Then once you are done with the installation, it's quite simple for you to install. So let's start a very simple programming. Let's start just very simple. Our first programming. Let's start something like arithmetic expression. Let's say 1 plus 1. So first thing for you to do now is for you to go to your dashboard and launch your this thing. You launch your PowerShell. You can type in PowerShell. Okay. So that is our PowerShell. You can launch there. I think I've already launched one and about 2 here. Okay, so once you are there, the next thing for you to do now is for you to type Python and click on it. You will see something like this. If your own does not show something like this, then know that you are not in the right position. So let's say 1 plus 1 and see if Python would have been able to process this 1 plus 1. Right? Let's say 1 plus 1 and therefore enter. You can now see our Python programming language has been able to show us that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, now let's say 45 times 4. Enter. They say that 45 times 4 is actually how much? 180. Okay, let's say 45 divided by 5. Let's say 45. Let's say 45 divided by 5. Let's see what I choose. Can do first. You said it's 9.0. Okay. Okay. So the 0 is not okay, but you can use it's 9. Like 5 goes to this. Okay. So our Python programming language is working. That's a very simple programming. I think you have started, right? You can see that you have started something now. Now, what if we bring a complex and a very complex one? Okay, let's say 45 divided by 5. Then we now say times 3. So Python been able to explain this. Let's see. Can you imagine that? So 45 divided by 5 is now 9. Then 9 times 3 is now giving us what? 27. I hope you are following. Okay, now let's see. I think it's high time that we need to check. Don't forget we were doing where are we? Okay, let's see and confirm our project now. Currently now, we are so sorry, I would have informed you since. So sorry. I don't even remember again. Okay, now you can look at this project now, and this is what we are about to run. I want to check line by line and see the skill that you want to learn. In the first place, we are working with an introduction to Python programming. Secondly, we are talking about basic Python syntax, variable and data type. And the next week we are talking about, or the next day rather, we are talking about control flow and if statement, loops and functions. So we now face functions here, and we now have a list, dictionaries and sets. Then in week 3 to week 4, we have intermediate Python. That we have moved from beginner level to the next level. So in as much as we are going, we will discuss this at length, right? So for now, I want to go with the introduction so that you can get exactly what I'm giving you. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, let's go back. Let's see what we can actually do. Maybe like 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Now you are ready to get started from here. So from here, I assume that you know how to start a Python programming or a Python interpreter, and you know how to run code. So let's start our first programming with hello world. Okay, let's print hello world and see what will happen. Let's see hello world and see what will happen. Let's see. Let's start our first programming over and see what I can work. Let's press enter. Let's see. It's now showing hello world. Now, I want you to understand something. I want to explain this. Don't forget, we type print bracket open and we now use a semicolon to enter. Now we now add comma and we say hello world. Now the printer is now hello world. Now let me show you this parenthesis that you are seeing here. This parenthesis that you are seeing here is actually telling the interpreter that it is the function is for it to print out. That is why I actually print out as ignore this parentheses. Using this, now you may ask yourself, you may actually ask as well, okay, why do we have to add this? Why do you have to add this parenthesis here? It's for it to, for Python to understand that it is a printout program. Now, why do you have to add this quotation, single quotation? It's for this Python to understand that that is the end of the program. That is the end. The starting point starts from here and the end point starts from here. That is where the program needs to print. It should not print from here. You get the point? So now, what will happen if we said print hello world? Don't forget, at this point in time I'm using double quotation. What will happen? Let's see. Because sometimes you need to test run what you are doing and see what is obtainable there before you can understand the syntax. Okay, let's see. Print hello world. Now look at it. It said print hello world. Now it's now saying that the line 1 of the program, which is print hello world, having issues. The issue here is that this print and hello world, in short, every syntax, everything here from here is wrong. Why? Now let's use another one. It said the syntax error, missing parentheses in equal to print. Did you mean print with this? You get the point. So there is no way you can print it out when the parenthesis is missing. Okay, again, let's try another one. Now let's see print hello world with a single hello world. Okay, enter. How you can see now. So there's no way you will say print when you have not called on the print option, the print function. Okay, so I have a card here. This is an example of a print statement. Although it does not actually print anything on paper, it displays a result on the screen. In this case, the result is their word, hello world. So the quotation marks in the program mark the beginning and end of the text to be displayed. They don't appear in the result. Now the parentheses indicate that print is a function. So meaning that if you now say print without adding this, without saying hello world, I mean with a parenthesis, it does not work, just like we tried before. So now let's use this one as an example and check as well. Let's confirm that as well. I think we have done this already, but let's still confirm it. Can you see now? So the call print is the printing function did not call. We did not invoke it. So it will not work. I hope you are following me. Okay now. So the only way you can now make it work is when you actually say print. Be very careful when you are typing. Be very careful when you are typing statistical error. So you now say print hello world. Whether I write comma or not write comma, whether it is big capital or not, but let me just see whether it will work. Do you get the point? I want you to see it and confirm if it works. And I don't even want to use the exclamation sign again at this point in time. All I need is just to call the function. Let's see. Oh, we have missed something. While we are calling the function, we have not indicate that the program should end here, to start here and end here. So let's just try it and see whether it will work. Enter. Can you imagine that? It does not work. The reason why it does not work is that we have not clicked on, we have not entered the quotation mark, whether single or double, to indicate that the end line, this is the last point. You follow me? So now let's use it. Don't forget, previously we were using single quotation mark. So let's use double quotation mark this time around and still practice something. Since we are doing our first project, so let's start something now. Print double quotation hello world. This one. Okay, this I can hear you, sir. Okay, so hello. Let's say hello. It does not mean whether you are using capital letter. Be very careful about it. Now I don't even have to put that comma. So let's say hello world. Or let me use big capital letter in world. Hello world. Okay. Don't forget, I'm using double quotation at this point in time. Let's see whether it will work. Can you see that? It's working. Even with double quotation or single quotation, it's still working. But a problem comes when you are not using any quotation. That is where we have issues. So if you miss this quotation, it is no longer the syntax in Python programming. They are using a different thing entirely. I hope you are following me. So now let's proceed. At this point in time, we want to go to arithmetic. Let's use arithmetic operator. After the hello world text, the next step is arithmetic. Python provides operators which are special symbols that represent computation like addition and multiplication. So for example, now let's say we have already tried this, but let's try it again. We have already done this, we have done this, we have done this. Okay, let's use 82 divided by 82 divided by 2. We have 42. So that is for arithmetic operation. Don't forget, we are only starting the Python programming, and it is just our first project now, which is introduction to Python programming. We are in introduction to Python programming. So in some other languages, this is used for exponentiation, but in Python it is a bitwise operator for XOR. If you are not familiar with a bitwise operator, the result will surprise you. So now let's use this and see what it means. Let's use this. Let's do this and see what it means. Okay? Let's try this in our Python program and see what it means. Have you seen that? Now, 6 raised to the power 2. Have you seen that? That's great. Now, the result is 2. Why and how become the question? I think at this point in time we need to go back to our arithmetic. But before we go back to our arithmetic to clarify this issue, now let's have this done. Let's check this. Let's try this. Or in short, let's say 6 times 2 and see what we have as a result. What does it mean? What does this mean? is just like saying, or this is just like saying 6 times 2, then times 2 again. Understand? For example, let's say 6 times 2 is 12. Now, let's say 12 times 2 is nothing before. Now, I have to add another 12 now, which is plus, okay, let's say 24 plus 12 will now give us 36. So this is multiplying 6 into 3 different places. This time, this time, this time, this. Now 6 times 6 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's how it is. Okay? So now let's go to this. You might wonder why the result of this is like this. We have already done that. So now, in this, finally the operator double times, that is times 2 times here, they form exponentation. That is to raise a number to a power. This means that you are raising a number to a power. You are raising this to a power, raising this to a power. You are raising it to power 2. Then you now add plus 6. So now that is when you are having this 42. Okay, for example, now if you are saying, so if you are saying this, you now have 46, meaning that this time, this have this, then you now say plus 6, you now have 42. Are you following me? So that is how it is. Okay, now we will still run the 5 days in Python program.
Let me ask. I'm coming back for this. Please remind me if I miss to come back for this. I will explain this more. I want to try this arithmetic operation to understand it more. Why the result is now 4. You get the point. So now let's check values and data type. Values and data type. A value is one of the basic things a program works with, like a letter or a number. Some values we have seen so far are 2, 42, and hello world. So for example, if I have type 2, or let's say if you are not sure what type a value has, the interpreter can tell you what type. For example, let's go back to what we have. Look at the results here. So now let's confirm what value that we have there. We want to confirm. Oh my goodness. Made a mistake. Sorry about that. Made a mistake. So type is now telling me, I click on enter, it's now telling me that type is a class. So now let's say type, since type is a class, and let's say type
and we use one of the number there that we have previously. Type 42. Enter. So it's now telling us that 42 was an integer. That 42 was an integer. Now let's try another one. Type hello world. Okay. Type hello world. Type hello world. Incorrect syntax. Perhaps you forgot commas. Okay. I forgot comma. So now type hello world should be, let's say, name error. Hello is not defined. Wait a minute. What do we use here? Hello world or hello world? Hello is not defined. Okay. So now let's use this. For example, let's use this. And here we go, we say type. Same syntax error, unexpected syntax error. So there's a mistake there. So now what we need to now do now is to change this and change this and come to type hello world. So let's use this. I think we were using double quotation while the other one was single quotation. Let's use this and see what will happen. We now define that the class of that was the string. So while this class was an integer, the number was an integer, while the class of this one was a string. Okay. Well, if you want to verify if it was a float, if it was a float, so let's say type so the class was actually a float when we were calculating this. And for where do we have that 42? Look at it here. That this divided by this was a float, while this is integer. So we are done with arithmetic, and we are also done with the values and types. So I would love to have a series of questions that you have to ask me on the very basic of Python programming language. Don't forget to join this class because we have a lot to offer in this class. Now let me show you what we will go next. We still have the Python introduction. We still have some basic syntax like variable and data type. So now by next week we will delve into, or the next day we will delve into formal and natural languages. You need to understand what formal and natural languages are. Okay, that is when you understand the syntax. Okay, so we end the class for today right here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for contribution. I'm expecting your contribution at any different point in time. To ask questions, go ahead to ask. Don't hesitate to ask questions. I'm always there to respond to that. Okay? Thank you so much.